Swinehart Field as the Utica Eisenhower Eagles taking on Chippewa Valley Big Reds. My name is Chris Wright alongside Stephen MacDonald. Thank you for joining us for our first broadcast of the year here on Shelby TV. Now, Stephen, it is our first broadcast together of the season, but it is the third game of the season going into Mac Red action for Ike Eagles. They're taking on Chippewa Valley. What kind of strategy does Chippewa Valley have today?
Yeah, like you said, these two teams very familiar with one another in Mac Red play. 5-1 since 2018 are the Big Reds in this series. I had a chance to catch up with head coach Scott Merchant just a moment ago to discuss this matchup tonight. All right, here with Chippewa Valley head coach Scott Merchant. Coach, first Mac Red game of the year on the road, obviously, here at Swinehart Field. What was the message to the team heading into this one?
Well, we know the Mac Red is one of the toughest, if not the toughest, conferences in the state. I mean, you got 5 straight weeks of just absolute battles. Every single game is going to be tough. We know, I mean, just traditionally, Ike is a great program, great team. They're off to a really good start. So we know we're going to have our hands full. We got to play a clean game. We got to, take care of the football. No penalties, and we're going to have to match their physicality and their effort level tonight.
Now, what's something for people that are watching that may not be as familiar with this Chippewa Valley team this year? What's maybe something that they can look forward to with this game here tonight?
I don't know. I've been here 15 years, so we've been doing a lot of the same stuff for a lot of years. But yeah, I mean, I think you're gonna see a little bit of different look on defense. So I think that'll be something different for you guys to keep an eye out for.
And the last question, you kind of touched on it there just a minute ago, but playing a team like Eisenhower, obviously very familiar with. You've had some success against them in recent history. How does that continue here tonight?
Well, like I said, I mean, we have to play a great game. We have to execute. We can't have turnovers. We need to force turnovers, and then no one's self-inflicted wounds like penalties and things like that. And then we got to make some plays. I mean, they're going to make some plays. They have good players. They're well coached. They're a good football team. We're going to have to do that on our end too.
And there you have it. That's the word from Coach Merchant here pregame. You heard there, he talked about not turning the ball over, playing a clean game. The Eagles have forced 4 interceptions in the first 2 games so far this year. That'll be a key point this evening from Swinehart Field. We also, Chris, had a chance to catch up with Eagles coach Chris Smith just a moment ago.
Coach, it's your first game here at Swinehart Field. How are you guys feeling to be on home turf?
I think the kids are really excited. There's a lot of excitement with the students, here throughout the school. So, 2 away games, and, we were successful in those 2 games. So the kids are just excited to come back here and play in front of a great student section and great crowd.
This team was a playoff team last year, and you started the season off 2-0. What have been some of the strengths of this team so far?
I think so far, we've had some great leadership out of Preston Crum and some of the other seniors, Cody Raymond. And, they're really doing a great job leading this team. Really, these kids are having fun. We're at practice, the kids are having fun. I think that's the name of the game. They're not being stressed out. They're loose, they're here ready to play, and they're just excited to compete.
Chippewa Valley has kind of had your number over the last few years. What are some keys that you can take into this game to secure a victory?
We just got to play clean football. We got to play clean football and not be afraid to do some things offensively or defensively against them. And they're going to be a great challenge for us, and it's early in the season, so we're really excited to see where we're at right now and what we got to do to improve. And just playing a team like this, tells you real quick where you're at.
All right, good luck out there, Coach.
All right, thank you.
We want to thank Coach Smith for taking the time with us pregame. Eisenhower coming in 2-0, looking to beat Chippewa Valley for just the 2nd time in the last 6 games. We'll see what they can do coming up. It's Ike Eagles taking on Chippewa Valley. Kickoff is next on Shelby TV. Welcome everybody to Swinehart Field. My name's Chris Wright alongside Stephen MacDonald. Kickoff by Fredrigo. Taken to the 19-yard line. We are underway.
Yeah, good to be back here on Shelby TV at Swinehart Field. These two teams, as we talked about pregame, really familiar with one another.
Chippewa Valley's going to take over here at their own 19-yard line. Out of the shotgun. Carver takes the snap, he'll hand it off, and he is stuffed at the line. Cody Raymond with the tackle. Looks like it's going to be no gain on that play. Shaw
with the run, and Cody Raymond just meets him right at the point of attack. One of the leaders on this Eagles defense, doing well on first down, really setting the tone for this Eagles team.
2nd and 10 now. Excuse me, that's Andrew Schuster at quarterback in the shotgun. Takes the snap. He's looking to throw. He'll throw it wide open just through the hands of his intended receiver, Gabe Carrier. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, just overthrows its intended receiver. In coverage was Jimmy McGuire. We talked about those 4 interceptions in pregame for Eisenhower. McGuire does have one of those 4 interceptions so far this year, so throwing his way early, trying to test him.
3rd down now for Big Reds. Trying to get a new play from the sideline.
They'll need the 29 for a first down. Eagles trying to get their offense out on the field.
Takes the snap, he's gonna hand it off on a delayed handoff. Shaw running right, and he'll get pushed out of bounds at about the 21-yard line. Only a gain of 2 there. And that is gonna bring up 4th down.
Excellent way to start this football game for the Eisenhower Eagles. And defensive coordinator David Brzezinski. And in just a moment, we'll see quarterback Preston Crum lead this offense out on the field.
He'll punt it away. Bounces at the 44-yard line. He'll take it on the roll. That's number 6, Bryce Hurley. And he's going to get pushed out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. This high-powered offense of Eisenhower taking the field for the first time today. 1st and 10 from the, they're going to say he was pushed out at the 41-yard line. It's a cool 66 degrees here at game time. You get that feeling of fall. It's football weather. Glad you can join us from wherever you are. It's a handoff taken down. That is Kamari Charles on a cutback left. That is about a 2-yard gain to the 43. Taken down by number 18, Damari Connor. It's going to be 2nd down. Second down and 8 now from the 43-yard line. Crum takes a snap. He fakes the handoff. He'll throw it. Caught. Pass is complete. Number 1, Brandon Kedrow. A beautiful pass right down the middle. Great play action from Crum. It's going to be a 1st down at the 44-yard line of Chippewa Valley.
Yeah, nice easy pitch and catch off play action. One word, Chris, that I'd use to describe this Eisenhower offense through the first 2 games is explosive. Lots of big plays in the passing game. That comes from your senior quarterback, Preston Crum, averaging 38 points per game in the first 2 weeks.
Crum looking to throw. He's going to throw this one deep. He's got a wide open receiver. Caught. Touchdown,
number 7, Connor Temple. A huge touchdown for Eisenhower to start this game. And just as you called it, Stephen, an explosive play to get the first points on the board.
Last week on the road against the Ford Falcons, they had touchdowns of 60 and 50 yards. This one goes for 44, Chris. Like I said, this offense absolutely on fire to start the 2023 season.
The extra point is up and good. And with 9:37 left in this first quarter, we haven't even played 3 minutes. Eisenhower is up 7-0.
And that's the other thing too, Chris. You mentioned 9.5 minutes to go still in this opening quarter from Swinehart Field. This offense scores in a hurry. Last week against Ford, scored about 1.5 minutes into that game on that 50-yard touchdown connection. So this team can score early and often and do so in a lot of ways. Of course, the offensive play calling from offensive coordinator Joe Youngblood, dialing up a deep shot there early in this one, really trusting in his quarterback there.
All it took were 2 first downs on that drive. Fedrigo is going to kick this ball off from the 40-yard line. Back to return, Eric Thomas Jr. for the Big Reds. Kick is away. And that's taken at about the goal line. And he is brought down. That's going to be a 1st and 10. From about the 19-yard line. Second drive of the game for the Big Reds. Same spot that they started last drive, 19.
And now if you're Chippewa Valley, it's how do you respond? You give up that big touchdown a moment ago. How does your offense come out after that 3 and out on the first possession? How do they come out and respond?
Schuster in the shotgun. He's got a running back to his right. He'll fake the handoff, looking to throw it. He's going to throw it deep. He's got a step. A little bit of contact. And they're going to call it pass interference. Let's take a look at this on replay. The intended receiver, Deshaun Lanier, but he gets knocked down by Bryce Hurley of Eisenhower.
Yeah, just trying to take that deep shot.
Pass interference, defense, number 0. 15-yard penalty for the previous spot. Results in a 1st down.
They get Tayshawn Terrell with the interference. And as I was saying, just trying to take that deep shot, as I said, responding to that Eisenhower touchdown. Just a little bit underthrown. The defensive back trying to play catch up there, just couldn't slow up as the receiver tried to get back to that football.
It's going to be 1st and 10 after the 15-yard penalty at about the 34. 9:22 to go. Schuster takes a snap, looking to throw again. He gets hit, and the ball goes over the head of the receiver. Great pressure there. Number 81, Cody Raymond. Intended for number 82, Evan DeBucci.
Yeah, it looked like Lorenzo Mocheri got in there in the backfield in the face of Schuster as well, kind of rushed that throw from 10 and White. And again, that's dangerous. The Eagles have made some interceptions this year, even ran one back in their first game.
And he's going to hand the ball off. Trying to see a number. That was number 6. Jordan Byers. Running right up the middle. Finally gets just blasted by Cody Raymond. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 9. Chippewa Valley trying to get the play.
Big 3rd down for the Big Reds.
3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. He's looking left. He's going to hit his receiver. Breaking 2 tackles is number 5, Deshaun Lanier. A big play and a big first down for Chippewa Valley.
And a much needed first down. Keep the Eagles offense on the sideline, at least for the time being.
Schuster takes the snap. He's going to throw the screen, breaking 1 tackle, but not the second is Evan DeBucci. It's only going to be, that's going to be no gain on the play. Chippewa Valley trying to drive, trying to answer the touchdown that Ike just scored. 2nd down and 10 now. Fakes the handoff, dodges 1 tackle, and he rushes it himself down to the Eisenhower 47.
Yeah, good job, Schuster, just taking that ball himself, lowering his shoulder as he got across the 50-yard line into Eagles territory. Makes it 3rd and manageable at 3rd and 5. See what they dial up here.
Trying to get the play from the sideline. Third and 5 here. He'll take the snap. He'll hand it off to Shaw. Shaw looking for a hole, and he's going to get the first down before he's pushed backwards. But that's going to go to the 42-yard line, and it's a first down. Cash Shaw on the carry.
Yeah, good job by Shaw there, knowing where the first down line was that he had to get to, and just kind of dragging tacklers with him until he finally went down about 2 yards past that first down line to gain. And again, good 3rd down conversion for the Big Reds offense.
Schuster takes the handoff, looking to throw. A penalty flag goes out. He'll throw it and get deflected. But let's see what this penalty call is.
This came from right in the middle of the line. And that is where you'll typically get that holding call from. Pushes them back just across midfield.
It's a 10-yard penalty. Takes the snap, he throws it complete and pushed out of bounds.
Good job by the Big Reds, taking a shot down the sideline, getting a ton of yardage back following that holding penalty. That gives them a 2nd and 7 situation.
From the 39-yard line. Second and 7. He'll take the snap, hand it off, and just stuck at the line of scrimmage. That was Jordan Byers on the carry. Kind of almost fumbled it there. Excuse me, Preston Roberts. And they're gonna bring that back to the 41.
So far, not a lot of running room, especially up the middle against this Eagles defense.
3rd down and 9. 3 receivers right, 1 receiver to the top of your screen. Schuster in the shotgun. He'll take the snap, looking to throw. He's gonna throw it to the flat. That was caught by Preston Roberts, but we got another flag on the play.
Just trying to swing it out of the backfield. Mentioned before that play, not a lot of running room up the middle. The Eagles also do well going
Offense, number
sideline
56.
to sideline.
That penalty is declined. 4th down.
And that's the result you get, trying to just go laterally against this Eisenhower defense, and they get downhill in a hurry.
The penalty is going to be declined, so it is 4th down, and the Big Reds are going to go for it. 4th down and 9.
Yeah, this is kind of that no man's land territory. They might try to just pooch punt this in this part of the field.
High snap. Schuster will punt it, and that will bounce at the 5 all the way down, and they're gonna say a touchback. No, down at the 1.
Excellent job by Schuster. You see this a lot in high school football. The quarterback kind of sets back, takes that quick kick, kind of bobbled the snap. It was up over his head. Does well to not panic, gets the kick off, and it pays off big time.
A big play there by Evan DiBucci to down the ball inside the 1 of Eisenhower. Let's see what this offense can do. 4:07 to go here in the 1st quarter. That's a run up the middle, just trying to get some space.
Not a whole lot you can really dial up from your 1-yard line. But of course, Joe Youngblood will do his best.
They're down to the 5-yard line, 4-yard line, excuse me.
Yeah, point of the ball looks like just inside the 5.
Crum again on the sneak. Just move that pile like a rugby match. And he'll get that down to about the 10-yard line. It's going to be a 3rd down and 1 from the 10. This is a play right out of the Philadelphia Eagles playbook. Just push the quarterback forward, see what you can get.
And it doesn't look like he got there. Officials coming right down the 10-yard line. That's where the ball was spotted.
And it looks like a fumble.
And that's a big time play by the Chippewa Valley defense. Sets them up with excellent field position. Trying to tie this game up at 7.
They're going to place this ball on the right on the 10-yard line, so it'll be 1st and goal. A big play from this defense. Not only stopping this explosive, as you say, Stephen McDonald, explosive offense, but getting the ball at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, if you're the Big Reds offense, you can't ask for much better than the situation they find themselves in right now. Don't even need to pick up a 1st down.
Schuster's got 2 running backs, one on his left, one on his right. He's going to fake the handoff. He's got some pressure. Pass is caught. Deshaun Lanier, number 5. And that's gonna be a gain of 1. That was number 21, Devin Steele, on the pressure.
Yeah, good thing if you're the Big Reds that Schuster, a left-handed quarterback, not sure he gets that throw off had he been right-handed. Pressure was right on top of him as he let it go.
2nd down and goal from the 9-yard line. See if this Ike defense can stop him. He'll hand the ball off to Shaw, running up the middle, and he'll get taken down at the 5-yard line. Cash Shaw on the carry. Gain of about 4 to the 5-yard line.
Yeah, I'm always so impressed with the running backs we see really week in and week out here at Swinehart Field. Always do such a good job of just always falling forward to get that extra yard or 2, and Shaw did it right there.
3rd and goal now for the Big Reds. Schuster takes a snap. He's looking left. He's got some pressure in his face. Dodges the tackle, almost intercepted, but it is deflected. Pass intended for number 5, Deshaun Lanier.
And another dangerous ball by Schuster. Again, pressure right in his face, knows he has to get rid of it, but has a wall of Eagles defenders hovering right around that goal line. Probably would have been better off just throwing it out of the back of the end zone. That's where it ends up at the end of the day. But a dangerous play nonetheless.
Looks like we're going to get a field goal attempt, but we got a timeout on the field.
Their 1st of the half.
.121 to go here in this 1st quarter. Eisenhower has an early 7-0 lead on a great pass, 40-yard touchdown from Crum.
Yeah, just put it on an absolute dot for his receiver. And it's been so fun, Chris, over the years to watch Preston Crum develop. I've been calling his games going all the way back to his freshman year here at Eisenhower, so just watching him grow up really right in front of our eyes has been really special.
Into kick, Giuliano Haddad. The kick is up, and it's good. Well, Chippewa Valley gets 3 points after that fumble. Is able to cut into this lead 7-3. A big, I think you got to say, that's a big stop for the Eisenhower defense.
Oh, absolutely. I think if you're Chippewa and head coach Scott Merchant, you feel good that you got points on the board. I think that's the biggest thing. You finally broke through, got some points on the board. You can feel good about it. But if you're Eisenhower, it also kind of, you feel good about it too. You held them to just a field goal there following the fumble from your own 10-yard line. So both teams, I think, kind of taking something away from that possession.
So far, Andrew Schuster 6 for 8 today.
Preston Crum, we talked about this explosive, dynamic, whatever adjective you want to use to describe it, offense for the Eagles. So far 2 for 2 on the day. Hasn't really been put to work a whole lot just yet, but he's made it count when they've put the ball in his hands.
Haddad will kick this ball off. Taken. That's a big run right now. Number 6, Bryce Hurley, he's still on the field. And taken down finally at the 50-yard line. Bryce Hurley. Seems to be shaken up after that tackle. Take a look at this return.
And look at the blocking in front of him. He's trying to get to that far side, and the blocking is really just leading him that way. And that's such a heady return from Bryce Hurley. Of course, hope that he's okay.
As you see some of the student section here today, it is a whiteout for the students. And he's able to jog off the field under his own power. Good to see that from the junior. Hyping up the crowd after that big run.
Yeah, looks like he'll be able to stay in this game. Probably has to come out for a play or two, but should be back out on the field shortly.
Make sure everything's all right with him. Eagles are going to start this drive from the 50-yard line after that big return. Crum in the shotgun. He'll take the snap, fake the handoff, throw it left to his receiver. That is number 12, Hayden Bills. And the ball's on the ground. And it's Chippewa Valley ball, another fumble. Hayden Bills at the 40-yard line.
And that is absolutely not what you want following the fumble on the previous possession. Trying to throw a nice, easy completion to Bills. He had first down yardage. And
just trying to get extra yards there, and it drops the ball. That's the second fumble for this Eisenhower team. Something that Chippewa Valley's coach said in the pregame, that we got to win the turnover battle.
Yeah, said they had to play a clean game, I think, for the most part, that they've done that so far, and said they have to force some turnovers. Eisenhower hasn't really turned the ball over yet this year, and so big for the Big Reds that they got 2 turnovers already in the first 12 minutes of this football game.
Schuster in the shotgun. He's got Shaw in the backfield with him. We're going to get a whistle.
Dead ball, illegal snap, offense, 5 yards, still first down.
Illegal snap on the offense. That is a 5-yard penalty.
And you had Lorenzo Mocheri, the senior edge rusher, came flying off the edge, was signaling to the official for that penalty, knew it right away as he came off the line.
It's going to be 1st and 15 from the Chippewa Valley 35. Schuster again in the shotgun. He's going to roll left. Shaw with a block. He'll throw it across the field. Caught by Deshaun Lanier. That was a throw from about the 25-yard line all the way to the 45-yard line. It's only going to be a 5-yard gain. Excuse me, a 10-yard gain.
And an excellent throw on the run from Schuster. A free rusher coming off the backside was Raymond, and that's not the guy you want bearing down on you from the backside like that, but he's able to get the throw away.
Schuster takes the snap, he'll fake the handoff, throwing it left, incomplete. That pass was intended for number 82, Evan DeBucci. Didn't even turn around to locate the ball. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
And the incompletion does stop the clock, so Big Reds should have time to run at least one more play depending on how they play this third down.
Third down and about 5. Schuster takes the snap. He's going to throw it over the middle. Caught by DeBucci, and he's gone. 30. Finally brought down at the 21-yard line of Ike. Another third down conversion for this Chippewa Valley team.
And another big-time throw from Schuster. Starting to have some success on third down in this first quarter. I'm sure if you're Scott Merchant, that's what you want to see from this football team. And as explosive, as we've said, this Eisenhower offense is, Big Reds showing a little big playability as well.
That's going to do it for the first quarter. After 12 minutes of play, a lot of back and forth, but the scoreboard is only 7-3 with Eisenhower in the lead.
And a lot of it has to do with those 2 fumbles on the last 2 possessions for Eisenhower. We'll see if their defense can come up with another stop here on this possession, maybe hold the Big Reds to another field goal, or if Chippewa can claim their first lead of the night.
So far, the receivers for Chippewa Valley, DeBucci and Lanier, have really shown out.
And while we have a break in the action, just like to remind you that the broadcast of today's game is a copyrighted presentation of the Michigan High School Athletic Association and Shelby TV. No reproduction, retransmission, or other distribution of the descriptions or accounts of this game may take place without the express written consent of the MHSAA and Shelby TV.
A beautiful night here, a little cloudy, but like I said, that chill is in the air. It is about 64 degrees. Just a beautiful night for football.
And a great game that we have on hand at Swinehart Field between the Eagles and the Big Reds. Always fun when these 2 teams get together, and Coach Merchant said when we spoke to him pregame, said it's a 5-week battle, week in and week out here in the Big Red, and it's living up to that tonight.
Schuster looking to throw. He's going to get wrapped up, but is able to get a couple yards. He'll get brought down at the 19-yard line. Only a 1-yard gain. It looked like it was going to be a sack there for Devin Steele. But he's able to get 1 yard and save the down. It's 2nd down and 9.
And one thing that's really stood out to me in the early going of this game, Chris, the battle on the line of scrimmage, especially for the Eisenhower defense, being won by that defensive line. They have some absolute studs along that defensive line. Guys like Mo Cherry, Cody Raymond, and Giovanni Rose, another one. Haven't really called his name just yet, and it looks like we have some movement up front.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
That's going to move them back to the 24-yard line. Second down and 14. Schuster in the shotgun. He's got Ricky Evans Jr. with him. Takes the snap, hands it off to him, and is brought down in the backfield. That's going to be a loss of 1. That's going to push that back to the 25-yard line. Makes it 3rd down and 15. Let's see if the Big Reds have another third down conversion in their back pocket. Schuster, 2 receivers to his right, 2 to his left. Another flag. Let's see what we're going to get on this one.
Dead ball, false start, the right side of the offensive line. 5-yard penalty, still third down.
It's going to another false start on this Big Red offensive line.
And going back a couple plays ago, I mentioned that Eagles defensive line really wreaking havoc in the early part of this game, and that's the result you get. That offensive line starts getting a little twitchy, a little jumpy.
Schuster now looking to throw. He throws it across the middle. That's caught and finally brought down, but not before. Let's see where they're going to spot this. That's going to be a first down. Deshaun Lanier over the middle. And that's going to get down to the 8-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like Eagles dropped into a zone look there. Schuster just stands tall in the pocket, waits for his receiver to hit that soft spot, and just fits the ball right in.
First and goal. This is the second time that the Chippewa Valley Big Reds have been this close. Look at this formation. 3 backs, and he's going to hand it off on the pitch, but he's wrapped up. That was Jonathan Byers. He's going to lose yards on that one. Back to the 10-yard line. Tried to a little trick play there, not going to work.
They just haven't been able to establish the running game yet this evening. Tried to go side to side. Haven't really had success going north and south. Tried to go side to side this time, and again, Eagles doing well to really set that edge.
Second down and goal from the 10-yard line. 2 receivers to the left side of the formation, 1 to the right. Lanier in motion. Schuster takes a snap, looking left. He's got some pressure, dodges a tackle, and is able to get a couple yards again. More havoc in the backfield, unable to finish the play though. That's going to be a gain of 3 down to the 7-yard line.
And you'll see it coming flying in off the edge was Mocheri. Had him dead to rights. Not sure how Schuster even saw him coming from the backside, but able to step away from the pressure and at least get forward yardage to the 7.
Third down and goal. You got to believe the Big Reds don't want to get a field goal here. Driving this field, another turnover after forcing a second fumble. Schuster's in the shotgun. He's got Cash Shaw to his left. He'll take the snap, looking left. He's going to throw to the corner of the end zone. Lanier catches it, touchdown, Chippewa Valley.
What a beautiful throw.
Into the corner of the end zone. A great play by Lanier to go up and get that. The junior at 5'11", able to just jump up and catch that ball.
And the accuracy he put on that ball, just threw it right at that back pylon. Receiver just had to hit his spot, run underneath it.
And the extra point is up and good. With 7:02 left here in the first half, Chippewa Valley takes its first lead of the game. It is 10-7. Unbelievable feet control right there by Lanier to keep his feet inside that line.
And if you're Tayshawn Terrell, there's not a whole lot you can do on that play. He had excellent coverage, really forced the receiver into the corner, and like you said, Chris, just able to get that toe touch down inbounds, but again, for Tayshawn Terrell, not a lot that you can do on that play. Just an excellent throw by Schuster and an excellent reception on the other end.
Let's see if this offense is able to respond. What kind of a drive does Coach Smith have in store for this one? Backing up to kick, this is Haddad. The kick is away, and that will land out of bounds.
Was wondering when we'd see the flag for that kick out of bounds. Finally came out.
Dead ball. Free kick out of bounds on the kicking team. We'll set the penalty at 25 yards in advance of the previous spot. First down.
That's going to put this ball at the 35-yard line. And that's where the Eagles will take over on this drive. Crum looking to throw, it's complete. Running up the sideline, a big play, Kamari Charles.
Excellent play call on first down, getting Charles out of the backfield on that little throwback screen.
Crum again, he's going to hand this one off. A big run from Charles, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 37-yard line.
Looks like all the flags stay put away. They say good hit. Yeah, it looked like he just got blocked into the tackle there almost, as Connor Temple was the man blocking downfield.
A gain of about 12 there. Eisenhower in Chippewa Valley territory. Crum looking to throw. Still looking downfield. Pass is deflected and incomplete. Intended for Connor Temple there.
Crum does well, getting outside the pocket, extending the play. Has his man downfield, that's Temple. They've connected early and often so far this season, just unable to do so on that particular throw, and Temple almost kind of playing defensive back on that play, overthrew him, could have easily been intercepted going the other way.
Again, Stephen McDonald, explosive offense. This drive's only been 30 seconds long, and they're already in striking distance. Charles gets the handoff, running up the left side, still on his feet, and finally brought down at the 24-yard line. There's a penalty flag.
Excellent vision by Kamari Charles, able to work his way up the left side.
See what this penalty is going to be.
Holding, offense number 80. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Still second down.
Eagles will come up quickly to the line on second down in what looks to be about 14.
Crum looking to throw. Throws it across the middle, caught. That is Brandon Kedrow, still on his feet, to the 10, 5, touchdown, Eisenhower!
Preston Crum waited about as long as he could to throw that football. Threw a couple pump fakes in there for good measure, then finally locates Brandon Kedrow streaking over the middle. You see, just steps by the defender, kind of an inside move against Damari Connor, the junior linebacker. And once he got a step, he was gone.
Rocco Fedrigo for the point after, and it's good. And just like that, Eisenhower able to drive the field, take back the lead. It's 14-10.
Yeah, you see, just keeping his eyes downfield, looking at all of his options, finally slings it downfield to Kedrow, and then Kedrow just does the rest, going for that end zone.
Five plays, 65 yards for Eisenhower for that touchdown.
And that's really, Chris, been the story of their offense so far this year. Obviously, not even 2.5 games in just yet, but just big play after big play is really what it's been about, and it's not slowing down so far here tonight.
Kamari Charles made a couple of big plays there on that drive, really was able to get them down the field quickly.
Yeah, and that's really what sparked that drive, got them across midfield, and then Preston Crum and Brandon Kedrow did the rest.
Fedrigo here to kick this ball off. Taken at the 15 and brought down after only a couple yards.
They're saying the ball came out. Looks like a flag pulled out by one of our officials.
That was Preston Roberts on the return.
Fortunate to get the ball back. We've already seen Eisenhower with a couple fumbles in this first half. Big Reds avoiding their first turnover of the night. And just below us in the press box at Swinehart Field, some t-shirts being thrown into the crowd. Looks like a couple Eisenhower students showing off their arms.
Chippewa Valley's going to take over. 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line. 6:05 to go here in the first half. Schuster in the shotgun. He's got a running back to his right. He'll hand it off, and he's met right at the line and pushed all the way back.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of that play there at the end going all the way back towards the goal line. Looks like the forward progress was stopped. There's an official closest to us stopped around the 14-yard line, so that'll be a loss of about 2. So a lot of that after the fact pretty inconsequential, I'd say.
Ricky Evans Jr. loss of 2 on that carry. 2nd down and 12 now.
But again, that's what we've seen from this Eisenhower defense so far in this first half, just not allowing the Big Reds to get any sort of hole along that offensive line.
Schuster looking to pass. Looking for Evans Jr. again. Incomplete.
Devin Steele, 21 in blue for Eisenhower, a free rush right over the center. Really disrupted the timing of that throw, as you saw a look from downfield there.
A lot of pressure from this defensive line here of Eisenhower.
Defensive coordinator David Brzezinski calling an excellent game so far in this first half for the Eisenhower Eagles. Looks like they're showing pressure up front once again.
Schuster takes the snap. They'll back off the pressure. He's going to throw. It's complete over the middle. Again, that's Lanier. And that's going to go down to about the 32-yard line, 33-yard line. And that's going to be a first down for the Big Reds. No, there's a penalty flag. See what we got this one.
And I was just going to say before that flag, another big third down conversion for the Big Reds.
Holding, offense number 72. 10-yard penalty, half the distance for the previous spot, still third down.
And they shoot themselves in the foot. But still very concerned with that Eagles defensive front. Another penalty on that offensive line.
Run up the middle.
Pretty conservative play call given where you are on the field. Just hand it off up the middle. They do get some yardage back. Looks like they got it up around that original line of scrimmage, but obviously well short of the yardage they needed. But at least give themselves some room to punt.
Lorenzo Macheri, the senior, looks to be hurting a little bit.
And you hope Macheri is okay. He's been all over that defensive front for Eisenhower.
Looks like he got a thumb to the eye. See number 11, Preston Crum.
Take one more look at that run from Shaw. Macheri just trying to come in, make a play, and drag down Shaw from behind. Looks to be okay. We saw earlier Schuster set to punt, snap nearly went over his head, was able to get the kick away. And if you're the Big Reds, hoping that the snap a little bit better this time, and it is.
Schuster gets it away. It'll land at about the 44-yard line. He'll pick it up on the bounce. And he'll take it down to the 41-yard line. That's Bryce Hurley.
Solid return by Hurley. Saw him go down on that kick return earlier this half, but jumped up and made his way quickly off the field, showing everybody here in attendance that he's okay. And a solid return from 6 and blue that time sets his team up with excellent starting field position. Not that they necessarily, as we've seen, need it.
Ball is at the 40, 1st and 10. Crum in the shotgun. He's going to change the play. Looking left. He's got his receiver. And pushed out of bounds. That is Hayden Bills. They would say a gain of 9 down to the 31-yard line.
Yeah, nice easy pitch and catch. He was looking Bills' way the whole time. Must have known pre-snap that he was going to have that little bit of cushion on that throw.
2nd down and 1. Crum takes the snap, fakes the handoff, throwing over the middle, incomplete.
And when you talk about guys like Hayden Bills and Connor Temple, just how good they've been these first few weeks of the MHSAA football season. Temple comes in second in Division I in receiving yards. Bills comes in 8th and 4th in the MAC Reds. So two really high caliber receiving options for Preston Crum to throw to.
Crum changing the play, getting a new play from the sideline. He'll take the snap. And we're going to get a whistle.
Their second of the half.
Coach Smith wanted to talk things over. Looked like Crum, before that play, kind of directing traffic, had sophomore wide receiver Braylon Burnside switching sides of the formation. Looked like Coach Smith wanted to make sure everybody was on the same page before this 3rd down and 1.
Good to see Crum back on the field. Like we said earlier in pregame, this is our first chance here with Shelby TV to see this team. Had an injury to end his season, his junior season last year, but he's back on the field for his senior year. It's great to see Preston Crum back under center.
I mentioned earlier in our broadcast, I've had the opportunity to watch Preston Crum really throughout his Eisenhower career, even going back to his freshman season in an Eisenhower uniform. He's really battled some injuries throughout his high school career here at Eisenhower, but as you said, Chris, good to see him out on the field and having the kind of success that he and this offense have had to start this season.
Crum takes the snap, looking to throw, and just out of the reach intended for Connor Temple. That's going to bring up 4th down and 1. Just throws it wide.
Yeah, had two guys really in the area of that throw. As you saw at the last second, Kedro came streaking into view. And I think really for the first time tonight, that's probably the first time we've seen Preston Crum a little bit uncomfortable.
Under center, he's going to try to sneak it. Let's see how they're going to spot this ball. A lot of arm pointing.
We'll take one more look at it. You see top of your screen that official coming right down the 30-yard line. And they do say he came up just short, probably didn't miss it by maybe half the length of the football, I would guess.
That's going to be a turnover on downs for Eisenhower. 3:54 to go here in the first half. Eisenhower has a 14-10 lead. Thank you for joining us here on Shelby TV, whether you're watching on public access or anywhere around the world on YouTube.
Eisenhower jumped out to that early 7-0 lead, 10 unanswered by the Big Reds, and then Eisenhower able to respond. And that is where our score stands late in the first half.
Schuster takes the snap, looking to throw. He's going to throw this one deep. He's got Lanier, and it's caught by Lanier, and finally brought down at about the 12-yard line. What a throw and catch again. Lanier showing that he is a big-time receiver, and it's down to the 11-yard line.
And for as much credit as we've given Preston Crum in the first half of this game, how about Schuster? Some of the throws he's made in this first half really settling in well in this first half of play. Kind of got off to a slow start. The Big Reds offense got off to a little bit of a slow start, but just all the confidence in the world on this deep shot to Lanier.
Not bad defense there from Bryce Hurley, but unable to make the play. And the Big Reds are threatening again. Schuster's in the backfield. He's got Cash Shaw to his right. He'll take the snap and hand it off. And met at the line of scrimmage is Shaw. They're going to say he gained a yard on that play. Down to the 10.
And I'm probably sounding like a broken record, Chris, but again, not really any chance for the running back to get going, get forward yardage. Does, as you said, get that 1 yard, but not much doing after that. Eagles defense has really locked it down in the running game in this first half.
Clock is ticking, 2:30 to go here in this first half. Big Reds do have 3 timeouts to play with. We're going to get a whistle here.
Looks like they'll use one of those 3 timeouts.
Timeout Chippewa Valley. That's their first of the half.
2:19 left to go. They're going to try to find this perfect play, see if they can get back in the end zone, take a lead before halftime.
And that would be big for Chippewa to put points up on the board going into the halftime locker room, as I believe Eisenhower will receive the second half kick. So Scott Merchant wanting his team in the lead at half, give his team some confidence coming out for the second half of play. And of course, on the flip side, defensive coordinator David Brzezinski hoping that his guys can get off the field and maybe hold the Big Reds to a field goal here.
After that 58-yard reception, that puts Deshaun Lanier over 100 yards. He's got 6 catches for 112 yards and a touchdown so far tonight. We're not even to the halftime. Schuster in the shotgun. Shaw to his left. He'll take the snap. We're going to get a whistle.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
And that's going to move them back 5 yards on the false start. Still second down.
Good shot a moment ago from our camera crew showing the breeze at Swinehart Field in case we have a field goal try here in a couple plays. But going back to that penalty just a moment ago, I was watching the Eagles linebackers very twitchy up front along that offensive line, really trying to force that false start from the Big Reds, and they got it. One of those guys, Lorenzo Mocheri, back into the game.
Schuster looking to throw. He's going to roll out to his left, throws it to the end zone, and it's caught. A touchdown. A huge touchdown that gives Chippewa Valley the lead again.
And I've been so impressed with the way that Schuster has handled this pressure in the first half. You watch him rolls out to his left. Again, Eagles defender gets his hand on the shoulder pad. That's Devin Steele, again, 21 in blue for Eisenhower. Gets his hand up on that shoulder pad, just can't get a grasp on him. And again, Schuster doing so well, getting outside the pocket and had his eyes downfield.
The point after attempt is good with 2 minutes and 11 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Chippewa Valley's now got the lead 17-14. A great drive for Schuster and Lanier there. 2 big plays that lead them down the field and for a touchdown. A 58-yard reception and a 15-yard reception for Lanier.
And if you're the Eisenhower defense right now, you're almost asking yourselves, what do we have to do? They bring pressure. It seems like almost every other play, they're getting that pressure in the backfield on Schuster, but he's really starting to handle it so well. You saw there on that touchdown throw, just able to extend plays so well and create for his offense. And then when they try to set back into coverage, he's doing well just sitting back in the pocket, waiting for his guys to get open downfield. So right now, the Eagles just have to find an answer.
Haddad will kick this ball off. Caught at about the 8. That's Hurley looking for a lane. He's got his corner. He's still on his feet, and he's finally brought down at about the 31-yard line.
Bryce Hurley, so slippery in the return game. We've seen it time and time again so far this evening. Gets all the way up around that 30-yard line, it looked like, Chris, before he was even contacted by a Big Reds player. So really doing a good job weaving his way through traffic and excellent blocking on these returns by Eisenhower.
68 yards to drive down the field, 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Crum takes the snap, he'll hand it off to Charles. Charles fighting forward, unable to get any ground. That's a run for no gain there. Clock is ticking, 1:43.
If I had to guess, just an easy run up the middle, get the clock moving, try to push this ball down the field at some point, though.
Crum now looking to throw. Pass intended. We're going to get a flag. That pass was intended for Connor Temple.
Just trying to throw it out wide.
Pass interference, defense number 8. 15 yards to the previous spot, results in a first down.
Eagles do have one timeout still to work with as they quickly check the sideline.
Crum now looking to throw. Passes is complete. That's Connor Temple. And that'll go down to the 42-yard line of Chippewa Valley. A beautiful rollout to his right by Crum. And that's a first down.
Yeah, it's
1
a pretty
minute.
easy throw for him too, Chris. Just get outside the pocket.
See what this whistle's all about.
Looks like a timeout on the field.
No.
Yeah, officials now bringing both teams back out. Maybe an inadvertent whistle there.
A lot of confusion after that one. But we're going to go. It's still 1st and 10 now. Ball at the 42. Crum takes the snap. He's going to roll out to his left. Throwing across his body. Caught. Connor Temple pushed out at the 30-yard line. That'll stop the clock.
That's such a tough throw, Chris. As you said, coming across his body to the sideline. Temple able to turn his hips back into the field of play, get that ball and get out of bounds.
45 seconds to go here in the half. Eisenhower will get the ball at the second half. Crum takes the snap. He's going to roll to his right now. Looking downfield, throws it across the middle. It's caught and brought down at about the 18-yard line. That is number 1, Brandon Kedrow. And we got a flag on the play.
And that will happen from time to time when you see these two quarterbacks, Crum and Schuster, get outside the pocket as much as they have in this first half.
Holding, offense number 65. 10 yards to the previous spot, still first down.
To finish that thought, you're bound to get a holding call every once in a while. Those offensive linemen can only hold those blocks for so long.
Clock is running, 27 seconds to go. Crum takes a snap. He's going to throw it across to Kamari Charles, running up the middle, still on his feet, and he's brought down at about the 26-yard line, and we're going to get a timeout called by the Eagles.
Just setting up that nice, easy slip screen inside to Kamari Charles. I'll use that word I used earlier this second quarter. Slippery is number 2 in blue, just kind of weaving his way through the middle of that Chippewa Valley defense. And the Eagles use their final timeout of the half. Big Reds looking to just get off the field with 14.8 left in the half, trying to keep our score at 17-14.
With just about 15 seconds to go here in the half, do you think they're thinking field goal here? Maybe one shot to the end zone?
I think if you're Joe Youngblood, you probably have 2 plays left. Depending on what you do on this 2nd down and 6, maybe you have 3. I would expect at some point within the next 2 or 3 plays, though, they're going to try and get a look at the end zone.
Crum takes the snap. He is looking. He's got a receiver wide open on the left. He doesn't look at it. To the end zone. Overthrown. Pass intended for Bryce Hurley.
Just waits and waits, trying to get this ball downfield. Waited a little too long. Both of the receivers in the area were almost out of the end zone by the time that ball got there. They did take, though, that shot to the end zone. Now it looks like they will set up for the field goal.
Crum had a shot. He had a wide open receiver on the far side of the field, just didn't get a good look at him. Rocco Federigo here for the field goal.
This is about looks like a 42-yarder.
The kick is up. And it's good. A huge kick right at the end of the second quarter. Rocco Federigo, 42 yards, and we got a tie game.
What an excellent kick. Right on that right hash. Got just enough draw to it with that right leg. A 42-yarder to send us to the half, and an excellent 24 minutes of football from Swinehart Field.
We do have about 5 seconds, so we will get a kickoff here. See what Chippewa Valley's going to do, or if this will just be a pooch kick.
If I had to guess, I'd say so, Chris. Definitely want to make sure you keep the ball away from Bryce Hurley on the return. Or excuse me. Yeah, Jordan Byers on the return. Hurley, in his own right, has had a good first half on special teams, has had some excellent returns.
Federigo here. Ready for the kickoff. Kick is away. And that's going to go over the head, land in the end zone. And that's going to be a touchback. 4.6 seconds. They'll get one play here.
And as exciting as I think, Chris, it would be to see Schuster take a shot down the field, try to make something happen with 4.6 to go, I'd be surprised if they didn't just take a knee here and go to the half. Feeling pretty good about being all tied up at 17.
And that's what it looks like they're going to do.
Eagles taking some precautions, looking like they're setting up to prevent any sort of big play down the field.
And that is going to do it for the first half. What an exciting first half that we had between Chippewa Valley and Eisenhower. Going into the half, it is a tie game, 17-17. We'll be back with some stats and the second half of this game right after this.
when athletics are played with purpose and perspective, that place is your local high school.
High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
Looking for a score, a schedule, a story? MHSAA.com has you covered. Our newly redesigned website has everything you need to follow high school sports in Michigan. And it's optimized for mobile use. Fans can submit scores on a Friday night, check playoff pairings and game times, or read about the student athletes from your community. Your first stop is MHSAA.com. Connect with us online and get everything you need all in one place.
Now entering the field is the 100 number, Shelby Eisenhower High School, followed 23 Eisenhower Marching Eagles. The Eisenhower Marching Eagles are under direction Mr. Bradley Arnold, with field direction from team makers Caleb Colby, Logan Grove, and Mackenzie Mazzola. Field commanders are Charlie Banker, Ryan Cady, and Master Walker. Our telegram captain is Lyle Webster. What has a beginning but no end, a start but no finish? Well, the answer is time. Author Harvey McKay wrote, "Time is free, but it's priceless. You can't own it, but you can use it. You can't keep it, but you can spend it. Once you've lost it, you'll never get it back." The Eisenhower Marching Eagles went from the 90s, and now is the time to do the things you love. In our 2023 halftime performance, spinning rolls called Drum majors, is your band ready? bring your knees in tight. In 1973, cult classic Rocky Horror Show introduced a strange move in a little ditty they called the Tiger. Our music was under the direction of Norman Brown and featured Benjamin Topeka, Zachary Bishop, Aaron Kowalczyk, trumpet, Celeste Hall, and Nathan Mansell as the trombone, Conrad Sanders, National Collusion, Eddie Green, and Yes, sir!
same time at halftime, 7-7.
Welcome back to Swinehart Field. Getting ready for the second half kickoff. 17-17, Eisenhower and Chippewa Valley. Kicks it off to the 2. That's Bryce Hurley on the return. Looking for a lane, unable to find one. And he's taken down at the 16-yard line.
Yeah, it's probably been his shortest return of the night so far for Hurley. Take another look at it as we kick off our second half. Looks like some rain lightly falling over Swinehart Field.
Preston Crum in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. Hand it off to Kamari Charles. Kamari Charles trying to find a hole, and he's able to get it down to about the 30-yard line. A big run there, and that's going to be a first down. That's going to be the 31-yard line, excuse me.
And we finally see a somewhat big run broken off. Neither team in that first half really able to establish much of a running game.
Crum in the shotgun. Hands off to Charles again. And he'll get about 2 yards on that one, down to the 33. This time just plugged up right at the line of scrimmage, able to fall forward, get a couple yards.
Tried to bounce it to the left. Didn't look like there was much room up the middle. Got about 2 yards before getting brought down by a host of Big Reds defenders.
Very important, I think, for Eisenhower to score on this drive. The story of the first half for them, 2 fumbles. One on their own 10 and one after a big play. Crum will take the shotgun snap, fake the handoff, throw over the middle, passes incomplete. Intended for Connor Temple. Broken up. Take a look at this on replay.
Yeah, the crowd underneath us on this home sideline wants the pass interference call. I think that was just a well-timed break on the football by, it looks like, number 11, Dwight Downing.
Third down and 8 to go.
And we saw in that first half, Big Reds about 50% on third downs. Eagles have themselves a third down that they're looking to pick up here, keep this drive alive.
Crum takes the snap, he's gonna roll to his right. Looking to throw downfield, and it's incomplete. That pass intended for number 7, Connor Temple again. One of his favorite targets of the day.
Not much doing after that initial run by Kamari. Charles picked up about 11 yards on that run, gaining just 2 yards after that. And again, you see a great shot from our camera crew right above us here in the press box. The rain really starting to pick up in this second half, as we're just over a minute and a half old in this third quarter.
Federico here ready to punt. He drops it. Wet ball. He's going to try to run it. And he is pushed out, and we got a penalty flag.
A mad scramble trying to get to the near sideline. Take a quick look at it before we get the word from our official. I really feel like Federico had time to get that kick away.
It's going to be a holding call that is declined. And let's see where they spot this now for Chippewa Valley at the 37-yard line.
And if you're special teams coordinator Travis Maltop, you're probably telling Federico you had the chance to get that kick away. There was really nobody from the Big Reds trying to get after that kick. Just tried to pick it up and make something happen, but he comes up well short of that line to gain, and now excellent field position to start the drive for Chippewa Valley.
Something that Chippewa Valley has had most of the game today, a very good starting spot every drive. Schuster takes the snap. He's going to fake the handoff. Pressure in the backfield. They finally got him. They finally got him. It's a huge sack. Number 46. That's Joey Mixa, the junior. And he's going to get sacked at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, you said it, Chris. We've been waiting to see when one of these defenses would get home. Eisenhower's been bringing pressure all night long. Schuster, for the most part, has been able to handle it, just not that time able to get away.
Our first sack of the game from either team. Let's see if Eisenhower's able to capitalize. Schuster takes a snap, pressure again, and he gets it over the middle. Pass is complete, and he's still on his feet, finally brought down, but not before he gets a first down. That's Eric Thomas Jr., the junior.
And that was set up beautifully. The screen pass set up beautifully. Schuster not fazed by the pressure coming. He knows it's going to come. Just backpedals as long as he could, waiting for the receiver to get open.
That's down to the 26-yard line. A big catch and throw. It's first down and 10. That was his first catch of the game right there for Eric Thomas Jr. Crum takes the snap, he'll hand it off to Shaw. And he'll get a couple there. 3 yards on the carry, down to the 18-yard line. Excuse me, that is the 23-yard line. Apologies. The rain's affecting all of our eyesights tonight. Just came out of nowhere. Nice, comfortable mist under the lights. Second down and 7 now from the 23-yard line. Under 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. Crum takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolling to his left. He's going to throw this ball to the end zone. A little pushing, incomplete. A lot of contact both ways there. Pass was intended for Evan DiBucci. That's going to bring up third down and 7.
Schuster again, aiming for that corner of the end zone. testing Josh White, the senior defensive back, on that throw.
Another third down opportunity for Chippewa. They're 5 for 12 so far in this game.
And a lot of that has been the ability of Schuster to extend plays on some of these throws. And I'd expect the Eagles to bring some pressure here on 3rd and 7.
They do, but it's picked up. Another pass, and this one's going to be incomplete. Penalty flag on the play.
And again, testing Josh White in coverage. Looks like the Big Reds have found a matchup they want to try to exploit. White made a good play on the ball a few plays ago. This time looks like he'll get flagged for the interference.
Pass interference, defense number 27. Half the distance to the goal from the previous spot results in a first down.
That's going to move the ball down to the 13-yard line.
It's not the biggest interference call that you'll see, but did have, looked like that left hand was up around the back of the intended receiver. Had that right hand up trying to play the ball, but that left hand hooked around the back is going to get you the call.
This time, we're going to get another penalty flag.
Dead ball, false start, left tackle, offense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
That'll move him back 5 yards. And we will repeat the down. It is 1st and 15.
And when we spoke pregame to head coach Scott Merchant, he talked about having to play a clean game. It would kind of be interesting at this point in our contest to kind of get his pulse on this one so far. Hasn't been the cleanest game. They've done well on 3rd downs, but the penalties really piling up for this Big Reds team.
Schuster takes the snap, pressure. It's a pitch, dropped it, but picked it up. That's Shaw, and he'll get pushed out of bounds. And that will go down to the 14-yard line, excuse me.
And with that rain continuing to come down, kind of pushing towards the end zone that we're going at right now, right to left across your screen. Kind of an interesting decision to go option there as they put the ball on the ground.
See, the student section is a whiteout here, Swinehart Field. Schuster takes the snap, pressure from the line, trying to get him. Pass is caught by Shaw, and he's taken down. Let's see where they mark that at about the 4. Out of the backfield, Cash Shaw. That's a 10-yard gain. And it's going to be 3rd and 1. Shaw just coming out of the backfield. Open again. The defense able to get pressure, but unable to get home.
And on that replay, looked like Cody Raymond was the one that got in from the top of the line of scrimmage, got into the backfield, absolutely blew up the running back, but did well to stand tall and protect his quarterback, bringing up a 3rd down and 3.
3rd down. He'll hand it off, and he's met at the line. That was number 6, Jordan Byers. It's going to be 4th down. See where they mark that. That is the 7-yard line, a 3-yard loss.
Coming straight through the middle was Joey Mixa, the junior. And Chris, I think that's too easy. I would have liked to see them maybe go play action there, try to hit something over the top into the back of the end zone. but still a possibility for points.
Haddad looking for the field goal to take the lead. Kick is up, and it is good. Well, with 5:42 remaining here in this second quarter, the Chippewa Valley Big Reds take the lead 20-17.
As we have a one-score game on our hands, these two teams kind of playing one-score games, especially in recent years. 3 of the last 4 meetings, in fact, going as one-score games.
9 plays for 30 yards there for the Chippewa Valley drive. You see some of Utica's finest here at Swinehart Field, taking in one of these great games. The kick is away. Hurley's going to take that at his 5-yard line. Trying to find a hole. And he's finally brought down at about the 17-yard line. And that's where Ike will take over.
Previously on the return for the Eagles. This is done by multiple Big Reds out there.
5:34 to go here in this third quarter, excuse me.
And Chris, this has been a really fun game from Swinehart Field to be able to call here on Shelby TV. Eisenhower really dealing with some of their first adversity of the year, had that 20-13 win in week 1, a big 56-0 win a week ago.
Crum will hand this ball off. That's Kamari Charles down the sideline, and he's finally pushed out of bounds at about the 33-yard line. Excuse me, that is the 31-yard line. A big play from this explosive offense.
Kind of going back to that last drive, even that first play, he goes for 11 yards. This time, looks like he got about 11 yards again, so pretty similar runs for Kamari Charles.
Crum hands this ball off again. And he'll get brought down after about a gain of only 1 there.
And going back to that previous drive we mentioned, Charles had that 11-yard run, only 2 yards after that for this Eagles offense. Try to have a different outcome on this drive. Looks like he maybe gets about a half yard on first down there.
2nd down and 9 for the Eagles. Crum fakes the handoff, throws it across the middle, tipped, and incomplete. Pass intended for Brandon Kedrow. That'll bring up 3rd down. Another big 3rd down here for Eisenhower. 0 for 5 today on 3rd down. Let's see what Joe Youngblood is going to call for this big play here. You definitely do not want to give this ball back to the Big Reds. Crum takes a snap, fakes the handoff. He's looking over the middle, passes off the fingertips and incomplete. Intended for number 80, the sophomore, Braylon Burnside.
Just a little bit high, had a lot of heat on that ball over the middle, looking for Burnside. If he gets that down just a couple inches, that's an easy catch over the middle for number 80 in blue, and had first down yardage.
Fedrigo here to punt. Last time he dropped the ball before he was able to kick it. He'll secure this one and get it away. Lands at the 38 and takes a Ike roll down to the 31.
And that's a good job by Federico. Going back to that last punt I mentioned, kind of seemed like he panicked a little bit when he dropped that snap, tried to take off and run with it, but he had time to get that kick away. This time you saw, definitely settled down on that kick, gave himself time to really set it up well and put a good boot into it.
This defense has to make a stop here. Just over 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Again, thank you for joining us here on Shelby TV, our first football broadcast of the season. Schuster takes the snap. Looked like the line got off early, but he's going to get wrapped up and brought down for a sack. Number 5.
Yeah, Lorenzo Mocheri just coming off that edge again. Eagles defense really doing well this evening, setting that edge, just trying to collapse that pocket around Schuster. They've made life difficult for him all night long. For the most part, though, we've talked about, has handled it well, but they've now gotten him in the backfield twice here in the second half.
Back to the 27-yard line, second down and 15. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. He's got a back in the backfield with him. He'll take the snap, fake the handoff, and he's looking to throw. Pass is incomplete. Intended for number 17, Gabe Carrier. That'll bring up third down and long.
Just trying to move to his right. Not a lot of room along that sideline. Looks like Jimmy McGuire in coverage for Eisenhower. Mentioned towards the top of our broadcast, has one of those 4 Eisenhower interceptions so far on the year. Coach Smith, you saw there on your screen, barking out some instructions on this 3rd and long.
Got to find Deshaun Lanier. Make sure he doesn't make the big play. Schuster looking to throw over the middle, and it's dropped. That pass was intended for Dwight Downing.
And back-to-back throws, Schuster going at McGuire. Eisenhower showing a 3-deep safety look on that 3rd and 14. McGuire standing tall. Back-to-back plays as both teams will line up to punt.
Here's the dangerous part. Andrew Schuster is also the punter on this team, so you know he's got an arm. Punt is away, and it will go out of bounds. See where they spot this ball. 43, 44, 45. It'll be at the Ike 45-yard line. Great starting field position for Eisenhower, trying to get back in this game. They are down 20-17 right now. Rain continues to fall.
Yeah, it's definitely lessened than when we started the 3rd quarter. Have 3:18 to go in this 3rd quarter from Swinehart Field.
Bryce Hurley takes the ball, and he's still on his feet and finally brought down after a great rush down to the 35-yard line.
Bryce Hurley on the little jet sweep, again making some guys miss. Right there, just goes right through a couple arm tackles by Chippewa Valley, gets all the way down to the 35-yard line. He's been so tough in the open field to bring down here tonight.
2 receivers to the right, puts Hurley in motion. He's going to do it again the other way. Hurley takes it, and he's down to about the 28-yard line. Another good rush from Hurley.
Joe Youngblood electing to just kind of flip the field. Left to right on that last sweep, goes right to left this time. Hurley just kind of doing it himself right now.
2nd down and 3.
But what I like about those 2 sweeps is that it opens them up to take that shot over the middle if they want it.
Crum's going to hand it off to Kamari Charles, but we're going to get a flag on the play.
Holding, offense number 65. 10 yards from the previous spot, still 2nd down.
Nathan Seaman with the holding call. And we're going to replay the down.
Yeah, it's the 2nd time we've heard his name called for a hold tonight.
Crum takes the snap, he's looking to throw. Steps up into the pocket, now rolls left. He's going to throw it to Kamari Charles, and he's going to get out of bounds, but we got another penalty flag.
Crum unleashed a vicious stiff arm to Jordan Byers, who was bringing the pressure. We'll see, maybe did Crum grab onto the face mask at all? It'll be ineligible man downfield as you take one more look. Crum just kind of stepping up in that pocket. And there's that stiff arm. Byers does well just to pull him down. And I talked back in the first half about both these quarterbacks and their ability to extend plays, get outside the pocket. That is where you'll see a lot of times holding penalties will come into play. The other thing it does is what we saw there. You'll get a man downfield. And that's kind of the risk that you run.
A reverse here. Charles to number 12. That's Hayden Bills. That'll go down to the 34-yard line. Gain of 8 on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and 8. Closing in on a minute to go in the 3rd quarter.
Joe Youngblood showing us some misdirection on this series. Couple jet sweeps, now the reverse.
Preston Crum looking to throw. He's going to throw it over the middle. Pass is incomplete in the hands of Connor Temple, but it was just a little high. Able to get to knock it out of his hands. That's number 3, Cash Shaw.
There was that reverse from a few plays ago on that last throw from Crum. Looked like just a little bit high for Connor Temple. Wonder if that ball might have just slipped a little bit coming out of his hands. Yeah, you see it kind of fluttering just a little bit, but maybe just a little too much zip on that ball.
Chris Smith is going to take the first timeout of the half.
Timeout the 2nd half.
47 seconds to go here in this 3rd quarter. Big day here. This is the 4th down attempt, the 2nd 4th down attempt that Eisenhower will go for. They're 0 for 1 today.
That first attempt going way back, I believe it was in the 1st quarter, went for it on 4th and short. from right around this point on the field. Big Reds defense stood tall and got the ball back to their offense. See if they can do it one more time, or if the Eisenhower offense and Joe Youngblood can get the 8 yards that they need.
Crum in the shotgun. He's got Kamari Charles to his left. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. He's going to roll left. Still on his feet, looking downfield, He's going to throw it. Pass is caught. First down. A big passing play. Caught by number 6. That's Bryce Hurley. Down to the 20-yard line.
Good job on the roll by Crum. Kamari Charles picks up the block on the edge, the block that he needed to get Crum outside. And again, a tough throw coming across his body, able to complete it and get first down yardage.
First and 10 from the 20-yard line. Clock is ticking. Ike gets the ball. He's going to hand it off to Charles, trying to run up the middle, finding nowhere to go. He's able to get about 4 yards on the carry. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. All we had was a field goal in that quarter. Chippewa Valley takes the lead. It is 20 Chippewa Valley, 17 for Eisenhower.
A look at a run from Kamari Charles. And while we have a moment before we head to the fourth quarter of action between the Big Reds and the Eisenhower Eagles, we'd like to give a shout out to Esplenditos for once again providing all the wonderful food for all of us here at Shelby TV during pregame.
Absolutely delicious, a delicious spread that they give us.
Contact Esplenditos at 586-739-1070. And everybody knows Esplenditos.
Going into the fourth quarter. Pretty good games from both quarterbacks. Preston Crum, 10 for 20, 176 yards and 2 touchdowns. Andrew Schuster, 14 for 22, 192 yards. And 2 touchdowns, but Deshaun Lanier is probably the savior of this Chippewa Valley team. He's got 127 yards and 7 receptions for 2 touchdowns. Let's see if Eisenhower is able to take the lead here as we get ready for the fourth quarter. 12 more minutes to play in this game. Crum takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looking to throw. He throws it over to the right side. That's number 6. Bryce Hurley. And that's down to the 10-yard line. That's gonna move the chains for a first down.
One more look at that throw from Crum, hitting that out-breaking route to Hurley. And I love the way that this Eisenhower offense moves the ball around. They get so many different guys involved in the passing game. You talk about guys like Bills, Hurley, and Connor Temple, most notably.
Here's a jet sweep. Trying to hit the corner, 80, gets there! Touchdown, Eisenhower!
And right on cue, Bryce Hurley finds the end zone. They've been giving it to him on the jet sweep on this drive. They hit it one more time, and this time he finds the end zone, gives Eisenhower the lead. And again, this offense so dangerous, so explosive, and like I just said before that play, they get so many different guys involved.
10 plays on that drive. Fedrigo here to kick the extra point. It is up, and it is good. With 11:26 to go here in the fourth quarter, Eisenhower takes the lead. It's 24-20.
See a different angle, a view from the end zone on that run from Bryce Hurley. Really just made it a race to the pylon as he dives across the goal line. Hurley really impressed with the athleticism that he's displayed here tonight from Swinehart Field, both now on the offensive side of things and on special teams with some of these returns we've seen.
Again, that was a beautiful jet sweep. 37 yards in jet sweeps just in that drive for Bryce Hurley. Now it's time for the defense to step up. They haven't been able to force a turnover all game. Before this game, they have 4 interceptions on the season, so let's see what they can do here.
We talked about in pregame, Chris, it's always exciting when these two teams get together. Big Reds 5-1 in their last 6 meetings going back to 2018, and 3 of the last 4, as I mentioned earlier, being 1-score game. We have that once again on hand this evening.
This is a huge, huge game for both of these teams. It is the first game of the MAC Red Conference season. Chippewa Valley coming in 1-1. Eisenhower 2-0. Good teams. Both of these teams are very, very good. And it's going to be an exciting MAC Red season.
Absolutely. MAC Red, one of the tougher divisions in MHSA football. As Coach Merchant said pregame, just an absolute battle week in and week out. So anytime you can pick up a win, especially if you're Eisenhower here at home, anytime you can pick up a win in conference play, you know that you earned it.
Schuster takes the snap, fakes the jet sweep. He'll throw the screen to Shaw. Shaw is able to get into the open field down to about the 27-yard line.
Nice, easy screen. Get the shifty Cash Shaw into space. Looks like he got about 6 on that play.
Looks like we're going to get an officials timeout here. See what they need to figure out. But while we have a second, let's just take a look at some of the stats here in this game. Like we said, Kamari Charles, 8 rushes for 49 yards. He's leading Eisenhower in rushing. Leading in rushing is Cash Shaw with 19 yards on 8 rushes. Now, we have said it before, the Big Reds have not been able to get any traction on the ground. 19 rushes, totaling 6 yards. But through the air, they've been able to get almost 200. So a little unbalanced offense keeps them in the game. But we are back here, 2nd down and about 3. Schuster's got 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. He'll take the snap, looking to throw. Looking over the middle, pass is caught. That's DeBucci, and he is taken down at about the 38-yard line.
Good job scanning the field from Schuster. Comes back over the middle, finds DeBucci on the receiving end.
They're going to say the 39-yard line. It's 1st down and 10 now for Big Reds. Schuster takes the snap. Looking to his left, he'll throw it that way. Pass is caught. Another 1st down. Gain of 11. Deshaun Lanier
And the way you beat the pressure that Eisenhower's been bringing all night long on Schuster is these quick throws. Get the ball out early. Don't let that pressure get home. And I think Schuster, for the most part, has done an excellent job of that tonight.
Schuster will hand the ball off. This time it's Ricky Evans Jr. for a couple yards. 3 yards on the carry.
Lorenzo Mocheri in on the tackle. He and Raymond have had their fingerprints all over this game defensively for Eisenhower. They both come in tied for 21st in Division I in total tackles.
2nd down and 7. Schuster looking to throw. He's got a wide open target. That's Lanier. And he'll slide down after a gain down to about the 38-yard line. That's good enough for a first down.
And again, the easiest way to beat pressure, just get that ball out quickly. Schuster not wasting too much time on this drive, just taking that snap, pulling it back, and letting it fly.
We're under 10 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Eisenhower holding on to a 4-point lead. He'll hand the ball off, Schuster, and that is Evans Jr., Ricky Evans Jr., met at the line and nowhere to go. No gain on the play.
And that's what controlling the line of scrimmage can do for a team. That's very difficult, Chris. You mentioned earlier this drive the lack of rushing ability for this Chippewa Valley team, and that's been a big reason because of this Eagles defensive front.
Schuster looking to change the play. He's got 2 receivers to the top, 2 to his right. Eisenhower backs off pressure, but they're able to get in the backfield and cause an overthrow. Pass intended for Lanier. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
David Brzezinski bringing pressure from every which way from this Eisenhower defense, really changing looks on Schuster.
Here's that pressure again, Tchaikovsky.
And that just throws off the timing of that throw from Schuster. I think if he has the ability to hang on to it for maybe another half second, has the look down the field that they wanted, receiver had a step, just had to rush that throw with the pressure coming.
3rd down and 10 now for Big Reds. Schuster gets the snap, looking to throw. Looked to be held there, but he's able to make the pass complete down to the 30-yard line. Jordan Byers.
Excellent effort by Byers. Little swing pass out of the backfield. Gets really close to that 1st down line to gain. They'll give him the 30, has to get it to, looks like the 28 for a 1st down.
It's going to be 4th down and 2 as the clock continues to roll. 8 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. This is a big play for both sides of the ball. Oh, we're going to get a flag. They tried to draw him off sides.
That's an absolute backbreaker for the Big Reds offense. They've been jumpy all night along that offensive line because of the pressure that they know Eisenhower's bringing. You said it, Chris. They tried to draw them offside, but it ends up going against them with that false start. You have to know what the snap count is. You have to understand the situation. You're trying to draw them offsides. You got to hold steady and just let the play happen. They get a little too jumpy, and it comes back to cost them.
4th down and 7. Schuster rolling to his left, looking to throw. He's going to throw it over the middle. Pass is deflected, intercepted! Going the other way! intercepted by Brandon Pedro. And that's the stop that they needed.
5th interception on the year for this Eisenhower defense. Very opportunistic. 7.5 minutes to go with a 4-point lead. Had 3 interceptions a week ago as they took on the Ford Falcons on the road. In fact, we talked about it off the air pregame, Chris. Their first points of the year came on a pick 6 back in week 1.
Crum takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Charles. Charles running up the middle. And he's finally brought down at about the 32-yard line.
Took a pretty big hit as he got the 30-yard line. See it there on the replay. Downing just gets right into the chest.
It's going to bring up 2nd down and about 3. Crum in the shotgun, puts Hurley in motion. He'll take the snap. He'll hand it off to Hurley on the jet sweep. And he's going to get a 1st down to about the 35-yard line. That is enough to move the chains.
Just letting Hurley go to work in this second half, giving it to him time and time again. Just picking up 4, 5, 6 yards per carry. And at this point in the game, Chris, we saw those 2 fumbles back in the first half by Eisenhower. This is that point in the game where possession is key. Just hold on to that football, try to wind this clock as much as possible, now inside of 6.5.
Clock is ticking. See how much time Eisenhower's able to take off the clock. Crum takes the snap, he'll hand it off. That's Charles. Up the left side, finally able to find a lane, and he's pushed out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. That is enough for a 1st down.
And one thing I love about Eisenhower running backs is the patience and the vision that they display, whether it's going back to guys like Christian Johnson and Bennett Cardamone from a couple of years ago, or now looking at guys like Hurley and Kamari Charles, just so athletic, so good with their footwork and their vision.
Crum in the shotgun, he'll take the snap, hand it off to Charles. Touch in the backfield, but he breaks the tackle, and he's off all the way down to the 38-yard line. Another big run for Kamari Charles.
Offensive lineman for Eisenhower stayed down right at midfield, now makes his way back to his feet. And kind of finishing off that comment I made just a moment ago, Eisenhower running backs, of course, guys like Kamari Charles and Bryce Hurley, a little bit different running style than maybe those other guys I mentioned. They're a little more shifty, a little more athletic. Those other guys like Christian Johnson, more physical runners, but still just really impressed with the vision and the agility that they possess.
Crum takes the snap, he'll hand it off again. That's Charles trying to find a lane, breaks the tackle, and he'll just dive forward trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, and he does. No gain on that play. Clock is rolling, closing in on 5 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. As you can see, Charles just waiting, waiting to see a lane develop. Nothing comes up. He's only able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And a different feel to this Eisenhower offense, usually seeing a little bit faster tempo, some big plays. Now really just trying to chew up some clock.
Crum is going to throw it. He's going to throw it towards the end zone. Passes. Caught! Touchdown! Eisenhower! Hayden Bills! What a touchdown catch
Chris, I think we need to talk with Joe Youngblood after the game, see if he maybe has a feed to the broadcast down there on the sideline. I just said a little bit slower tempo for this Eisenhower offense, trying to chew up some clock, and he says, okay, we'll take a shot 38 yards to the end zone.
A beautiful throw from Preston Crum, a beautiful play by Hayden Bills. And the Eagles extend their lead. Point after kick is up and good. 31-20. Eisenhower continues the lead, 11 points now.
And that's Joe Youngblood understanding what he has with his quarterback, understanding what he has with this receiving core for the Eisenhower Eagles, and saying, hey, we don't want to leave anything up to chance with this 4-point lead. We want to put this game away right here on this drive, and that's exactly what they did, taking that shot. But if you're Chippewa Valley, still 4:40 to go in the game, still have those 3 timeouts to work with. Anything can happen, but just a big time play by this Eagles offense, something that they've done time and time again through the first 3 weeks of this regular season.
Definitely have to start thinking a very quick drive here. Under 5 minutes to go, you're down 2 possessions.
And Schuster does have it in him. He does have those 2 touchdowns in this game so far, has had some success in the passing game, has been able, for the most part, to elude this Eisenhower pressure so far tonight. Just the 2 sacks on him so far, which, given the amount of times they've pressured him tonight, is pretty impressive. So does have some opportunity to get Chippewa Valley back in this before all is said and done.
Fedrigo with a bomb for a touchback. Big Reds are going to take control here. 4:40 to go in the 4th quarter. The Eagles have that 11-point lead, trying to close out this game.
And so far, just the 3 points given up in this second half. Head coach Chris Smith has to be feeling really good about that, but knows that for the next 4 minutes and 40 seconds, his defense has some work to do to finish this thing out.
Big drive for the Big Reds. Schuster in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. Looking left. Excuse me, right. That's caught. Gabe Carrier. And he'll get down to the 29-yard line. Gain of 9.
And that knee did go down in bounds. So the clock continuing to run, showing 4:16.
We're going to get a whistle here. As you see, the student section sticking around.
Looks like it'll be 2nd down and short.
Schuster looking left, pass is caught. That's DeBucci. And he gets taken down at about the 37-yard line.
Eagles just dropping back into coverage, trying to keep everything in front of them, keep everything away from the sidelines.
DeBucci with a 10-yard catch. Schuster throws it, overthrows number 81. That's Eric Thomas Jr. That'll bring up 2nd down.
That's such a long throw to try and make for Schuster from that far hash, coming all the way this way towards the press box here at Swinehart Field. Had to get a lot of air under it, as you saw on that throw, just throws it up and over his intended receiver.
one thing I think the Big Reds have got to look into is Deshaun Lanier. He's got 147 yards today. Schuster pass out of the backfield. That's Shaw, and he's taken down behind the line of scrimmage. That may be a loss of 1 or no gain. It will be a loss of 1.
And this is what the Eagles defense is doing with defensive coordinator David Brzezinski. Like I said a couple plays ago, just trying to keep everything in front of them, keep everything away from the sidelines. They're going to allow these underneath throws, knowing that the clock is in their favor. They're going to allow Chippewa Valley to just throw short underneath.
3rd down, Schuster, pass is complete, and caught by number 14, Michael Hepburn. He'll get pushed out of bounds at about the 45-yard line, 46-yard line. That'll bring us 4th down. Another big 4th down here. Clock is stopped at 3:23. Schuster looking to change the play from the sidelines.
Big Reds do have all 3 of their timeouts to play with, but you'd expect they'll save those for defense.
Schuster looking downfield. He's going to throw. Pass is caught. Hepburn again. And he is down to the 40-yard line, 39-yard line of Eisenhower. That's a 1st down.
And he let go of an absolute rocket right past the outstretched arm of Jimmy McGuire. And Sammy Agnello in on the tackle. But a huge 4th down conversion. Schuster able to step up in the pocket.
Clock is rolling. Schuster takes the snap. He'll throw. Pass is caught. That is number 81, Eric Thomas Jr. And he'll get pushed out at about the 31-yard line. And they're going to take a timeout.
Good pursuit by Jonah Tchaikovsky. 26 in blue, getting him out of bounds on that far side. Big Reds eating up a good amount of time on this possession. Have to believe that they'll take a shot at some point, try to get this ball in the end zone, give themselves some time left to get a stop on defense.
Second down and 2 for Big Red. You know, I think at some point you got to think maybe just kick the field goal. You're down 11. Kick the field goal, get a chance, use your timeouts on defense there. But it's 2nd down and 2. Schuster takes the snap, looking left. He's going to throw. Pass is complete. That's Lanier. And he'll get pushed out at about the 24-yard line.
Yeah, forced out by Josh White. Just taking those throws along the sideline. Clock will stop as they get out of bounds on these throws. But again, just those 5 to 10-yard routes underneath. Eventually, like I said during the timeout, have to imagine they'll take a look at the end zone within these next few plays.
Schuster looking right. He's going to try to run. He stops, and he is taken down right at the line of scrimmage. Clock is going to run. Two and a half minutes to go here. 2nd down and 10 coming up. Schuster takes the snap. He's going to throw. Caught out of the backfield. That is Jordan Byers. And that is down to the 19-yard line.
And with that clock running now inside of 2 minutes, I think it's now or never. You have to try and get this ball towards the end zone. Probably at this point looking at an onside kick if you're able to do so.
They're going to get a penalty here.
Dead ball, false start, offense. 5 yards to the previous spot, still third down.
False start. And they just lose the 5 yards that they just gained. Clock does stop though.
It does stop, but that's really been the issue for this Chippewa Valley team all night. These false starts, the holding penalties along that line of scrimmage have just been killer.
We got to find number 5 if you're Chippewa Valley. Schuster complete to DeBucci. And that'll be down at the 16-yard line.
And that'll bring up 4th down and short. And I really feel like, Chris, this is where you have to take that shot at the end zone. The first down really doesn't do you a whole lot of good. I think you just have to go for it here and try to take that shot into the end zone.
Schuster takes a snap. Looking deep. He'll throw the ball. Pass caught. Down to the 6-yard line.
And that is Deshaun Lanier. Have to get up to the ball quickly if you're Chippewa Valley. Clock running as they spot the ball.
Minute 20 to go. 6 yards to the end zone. Schuster takes a snap, pass caught, touchdown. Evan DeBucci with the touchdown. And that is going to make this a 1-score game.
And it's going to make this next 70 seconds or so very interesting here at Swinehart Field, as I'm sure we'll see a onside kick in just a moment. And it looks like the offense will stay out on the field, try to go for 2 and make this a 3-point game.
Chippewa Valley still has 2 timeouts in their pocket as well, so it's going to be an interesting, like you said, interesting couple of minutes. Another false start penalty.
Prior to snap, false start, offense, number 70. 5 yards, replay the try.
And I think on Monday at practice for Chippewa Valley, it's safe to say probably the first thing that they'll work on is just working with those linemen, holding their stance.
That'll move this ball back to the 7-yard line. Schuster takes the snap. Looking. He'll throw to the corner of the end zone, and it's caught. 2-point try is good. Evan DeBucci.
DeBucci gets the touchdown. He gets rewarded with the 2-point conversion. And another excellent job by Schuster. Pressure coming right at him. Stands tall in the pocket, delivers that ball to the end zone. Jimmy McGuire in coverage. Both these teams, after our game this evening, will be on the road next Friday. Eisenhower going to play the Romeo Bulldogs. And the Big Reds will go to Anchor Bay. Here at Swinehart Field, though, on Shelby TV, we'll have Utica and Lakeview for you. Kickoff, as always, 7 p.m. Eastern. And that false start penalty on the 2-point try doesn't come back to haunt Chippewa Valley. But Now 12 penalties on the night for this Big Reds team.
Haddad, here comes the onside kick. Picked up and right on cue, that is Brandon Kidrow. Right at the 50-yard line.
Just doesn't look like they got that sort of in-between hop they wanted. Just went right at Brandon Kidrow. He did what he needed to do, just went down and smothered it. 1:08 to go in the ball game, and that should be all she wrote.
Crum hands it off to Kamari Charles. That'll be a loss of 5 and a timeout called by Chippewa Valley. Only one timeout remaining.
If you're Eisenhower, probably have 2 more snaps to get before this game officially comes to a close. So the discussion in the huddle has to be just hold on to the football, whether you give it to Kamari Charles or Bryce Hurley. Just get 2 hands on that football.
Kamari Charles, pretty good game, 13 rushes for 78 yards so far.
Eisenhower came into play tonight, averaging just under 4 yards per carry. Saw some excellent rushing efforts, as you mentioned, Chris.
Crum will hand the ball off to Hurley, and he's taken down at about the 48-yard line.
And the final timeout called by Chippewa Valley.
Chippewa Valley is able to make this stop. That'll give them the ball with about 10 seconds if Eisenhower elects to punt this ball.
It's kind of interesting you say that, Chris, because going back to week 1 here at Swinehart Field, Utica taking on Rochester, they tried to do just that, tried to take a few kneel downs, run out the clock, and then threw it on 4th down, just trying to throw the ball downfield, kill off the last 6 seconds or so. The officials came together, decided that there was still about 1 second left in the game, so Rochester from right about midfield had a chance to throw the ball deep and try to win the football game, but Utica able to come up with the sack to end things. So, of course, as you said, kind of interesting to see how these final 58 seconds will play out and if something like that time-wise does become a factor.
We're going to get a whistle. Timeout called.
Timeout, Eisenhower.
Timeout called by the Eagles. Taking a look at some more stats of the game. Top receiver from both teams, Deshaun Lanier, number 5 for Chippewa Valley. 11 catches, 164 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Evan DiBucci, not bad either. 7 catches, 71 yards, and a touchdown of his own.
Came up big for them on that last drive to bring it within 3, but it looks like a little too late for the Big Reds on the night. But like we said, after that last timeout, have to still play out the final 58 seconds. You never know what could happen on these last 2 snaps.
That's right. Here we go, 58 seconds remaining, 3rd down and 12 for the Eagles. Crum takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He's gonna throw this ball, pass caught, down to the 30-yard line. That is number 7, Connor Temple. And that is going to end this game.
That's why you call the timeout. If you're Chris Smith and Joe Youngblood, you know Chippewa Valley is going to sell out for the run. So they go play action over the top. And they say good night on this ball game.
And that's going to be a kneel down. We might have to do one more.
Eisenhower will move to 3-0 on the year, 1-0 in the MAC Red.
And there it is. That is going to do it. A big win here for the Eisenhower Eagles. Like you said pregame, Chippewa Valley has really had their number recently, finally able to exercise some demons, get their first win in the MAC Red, move to 3-0 on the season.
Yeah, and for the Big Reds, they'll have an opportunity to bounce back next weekend. As they go on the road again, they'll be at Anchor Bay, have a chance to even up their MAC Red record here in 2023. Eisenhower, though, looking strong to start this year. Came in averaging 38 points per game through 2 games, finished with 31 on the night. This offense is really clicking on all cylinders, and especially in the passing